everyone. We're talking about football again. My team is amazing and your team sucks, Brandon. Ha ha ha. Mitchell Lea, Tommy Grant, Brandon Tew. Feels good to not lose to one of the worst teams in football. Can't relate to a team that does that. Sorry, Brandon. I said that the Panthers were the most fraudulent 5-4 team in NFL history, and, well, that might be the case. But before we get to the Panthers or the Jets, Tommy, the civil war that is your mind, the Dolphins and the Bills.
You do not know how difficult it is for me when the Dolphins and Bills play each other, because again,
in the Battle of Gettysburg of your mind,
I have mentally
especially when the Dolphins win.
Well, that's the problem. I mentally accepted that the Dolphins are garbage and the Bills are good, and I will most likely get my ass kicked.
And God put a joke on you and said, "LOL, that's not right."
Yeah.
So I go
into
these games. I go into these games going, Dolphins are going to get destroyed. The Bills are going to do phenomenal. That's great for the Bills because it gives them a better chance of playoffs. Sorry, Dolphins. It's just another bad week for you.
Right.
But we have games like this where I'm going, holy shit, we're playing good. Bills are playing bad. Who do I root for now? I still want the Bills to win because they have the better chance of playoffs, but now the Dolphins are doing really well, and I really want to see them win. And I was happy to see them win because that was a phenomenal game, but I don't know if it was a deserved win because of how completely destroyed the Bills' defense is going into.
No, it was deserved for the Dolphins. I thought that, especially Achane ran the ball really well. And I think that even though Tua had 2 times to return to Belova, he still played really well. I thought that he was good.
And part of me, I was mad at those turnovers, but at the same time, I wasn't, because essentially they were, third down tossaways anyway. They were going to kick it.
Well, he's also trying to push the ball down the field, which I don't mind,
And the ball pretty much, I feel like the ball went a little farther than the kickoff, kick return would have done anyway. So it's Hail Mary, and worst case scenario, they get the ball anyway. So
basically punts.
I mean punts to a certain extent.
I think that game
I actually like when Tua is aggressive, personally.
But. And he was aggressive in this game, and a couple of throws, especially the touchdown to Waddle, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
He usually doesn't make those type of throws.
It's like, holy shit, he's making these type of throws now. It's like everything I've ever said about Tua is wrong.
No, it's not that it's wrong. It's just that's how Tua used to play before all of his concussions and injuries. So it's like seeing the old Tua kind of shine back a little bit. I was like, damn. I was like, it's good to see him back. I just know he's going to be complete garbage next week.
Oh, my God.
It's crazy going back and watching highlights of Tua at Alabama and seeing the velocity and the arm strength that he had, because he had, everyone talks about the concussions, but he had a really bad hip injury in college that kept him out of the final part of the season in 2019. And that injury, Burrow was going to go number 1 regardless, but I think that injury maybe kept Washington from taking him at number 2. And, Miami had the 5th pick that year. And so he fell down to number 5. No one else traded up, probably because of that injury concern, because that was people were like, is he going to be able to turn his hips and get as much on the ball like he used to?
Yeah, he's a rotational thrower. So
he hasn't lost any accuracy, but he has lost the ability to put as much on the ball velocity wise, and just arm strength has gone away for him. So he's much more of a Chad Pennington type of passer.
This is where arm strength is required to play the QB position, or being a rotational thrower, you can get away with less arm strength.
Yeah, that's the thing. He still has the arm strength, because his first couple seasons when he was tossing the Hill and Waddle, pre-injury him, he was still getting those throws downfield, and I feel like it just, ever since the injuries, he just hasn't been as accurate as he used to.
There's a difference between driving the ball down the field, which is what he used to do, and towards the last 2 years, especially with Hill, or when Hill was decently good, it's like you kind of throw the ball up and it like floats up there, and it's like, I mean, that's what happened to Peyton Manning at the end of his career. Like he just lost it. Like, and I'm not saying Tua has gotten to that point yet, but to Mitchell's point, like the injury with the hip, if you're a rotational thrower, like while the arm strength matters, you can get away with it if you're rotational. But once you lose the ability to be that rotational, whether a hip injury, an oblique injury, shoulder injuries are like basically the end of like, can you actually throw the football? And
Yeah.
that's where like I still don't know where I feel with Tua. I don't know where I'm at with him. Um,
Welcome to
because
the
he is accurate.
base.
Well, he is accurate when he's playing well. The problem
That's what
is
I'm
he's not
saying.
always playing well.
He's so bipolar now with how
Yeah,
with it. I don't know if it's just his injury or what, but it's just he has games where he it looks like he's never played football a day in his life, and then there's days like this weekend where it's like, holy shit, it's to his back. He's throwing accurate. He's
right.
throwing insane throws that like they look like they're going to get intercepted, but they're so perfect. It just goes right to him.
Yeah, and Mitchell, I still stand by the like he's the closest thing to Chad Pennington since Pennington type of accuracy when he's on.
But Pennington, I think, was a little bit of a better decision maker than
And
Tua, and I think that goes a long way.
that goes a long way as well because I think unlike Tua, Pennington played with so much anticipation and could like almost throw guys open. Where I don't know if Tua's ever really been able to like play with that type of
he has
anticipation.
it in spurts, and
Right.
I think that the talent around him has kind of lifted him up in a
Right.
way that Pennington never had a guy like Tyreek Hill.
Speaking of like dudes who play the quarterback position in a very bipolar way, going from last year to this year. I mean, we can transition to my team, Mitchell, but
bipolar. No, dude just sucks.
No, I was saying
bipolar.
Like, I was saying more of like last
season.
About
Tyler Shuck.
No, I was talking about the last 4 games of 2024.
That's an aberration. Like you got to throw that out.
Yeah, look like a completely different quarterback. And then I'm telling you, Mitchell, there's 3 throws a game where I'm like, okay, that's Bryce Young. But it's not enough. There's not enough consistency.
Where were those in this game?
He had one to Leggett that Leggett short-armed, and I was like, that was actually a really good throw. But outside of that, it was 1 throw this game. It was 1 throw. Maybe 2.
Because it's not, I promise, it's not just coming from a place of being a frustrated.
Hurt, but
it's not just coming from, well, he was hurt.
Yeah,
it's not just coming from a place of a frustrated Tedero McMillan fantasy owner. It's coming from a place of every time he drops back, I'm like, who the fuck taught you how to play quarterback?
Right, yeah.
Like, every time he drops back, I'm just like, oh my God, he's going to do something
but the footwork,
stupid.
The footwork has always been, like, kind of weird, like the way he drops and stuff like that. Like, and that's who he is. So when you watch him at Alabama, he would do certain things and you'd be like, oh, damn, like, that's the Bryce Young that can go 1 overall. But he doesn't play it that...
Again, I don't know if he just lacks confidence or
it's got to be confidence. I mean,
and I'll be honest,
because it's like you got to step into throws and make them, Mitchell. Right? Like you got to make the decision and make the throw.
Yeah, I don't know if Bryce Young is going to become one of these guys that goes somewhere else and lights it up like we've seen in other places.
It could very much
Darnold,
be like a
Baker, Daniel Jones, Geno Smith.
Very much be a Baker
We've
situation.
seen it happen all over the place. I wouldn't rule it out for Bryce Young if he goes somewhere that he's got a little bit more confidence. But like this team has the run game to win games.
Right.
They have Tedero McMillan who you can throw the ball to. It's not like there's nothing there for him like there's been in the past. Because the Panthers are 5-5 because Rico Dowdle and that run game have taken over games and they've been able to chew up large amounts of clock. So you have something there, Bryce. Like the cupboard is not bare.
Yeah.
All you have to do is give your team a little bit. I mean, it's not like the Saints lit them up offensively.
No.
They scored 17 points. I thought Shuck played really well. But I
gotta be honest,
really
I thought it was an
aberration.
Going. I thought it was an aberration. Like, J.C. Horn fell down twice. J.C. Horn doesn't slip and fall down
I'll tell you,
98%
if
of the time.
J.C. Horn falls down twice, the Jets have 3 wins this year if he does that in the Meadowlands.
Right, but that's my point. Is like he doesn't
basically
do that.
won that game single-handedly.
Right, he doesn't do that. The Olave 62-yard, he basically falls over because they're hand fighting. He just falls over, and then the one to Jawan Johnson, yeah, he just slipped in the middle of the field, and it's like J.C. Horn is arguably a top, top 5 corner in the league. When
I knew you were
going
to go too far with it.
I don't know.
I knew
top 10.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Top
we all knew
negative
it was
6.
coming.
My point is, he plays at a very high level, and he's the best defensive player on the field outside of Brown for the Panthers.
Yeah,
let's
not slander Derek Brown.
When
that
he
dude's
falls
a beast.
down like that, he gave away 2 touchdowns. Just point blank, he gave away 2 touchdowns. So again, they had everything there to win the game. By the way, Tyler Shuck did play really well. And speaking of someone,
I'm not a Shuck guy, but let's give the guy some credit. He's looked pretty good so far.
Who has the balls to step into a throw and has the confidence to make certain throws? Like, he also isn't going to throw like Chris Olave into like a grave, like he's going to actually protect Chris Olave.
Yeah. I'll say Chris Olave is like, I can, maybe.
I don't have to worry about my head
for a few more years.
I don't have to worry about my head when I'm going across the middle.
Yeah.
Like, this guy isn't going to throw me into a head injury. But with Bryce, they're probably going to run it back next year. I think Canales can coach.
Do you think that's a given?
It's not a given. I thought it was a given like 3 or 4 weeks ago. I don't think it's a
percentage. Percentage that Bryce is the
65?
unquestioned starter.
65%.
Okay.
I mean, who are you going to replace him with? I mean, I've heard the Kyler Murray talk.
Well, I'm saying you bring someone in as competition.
Would Murray be the guy you bring in as competition? I mean,
no, I think that would be adios Bryce Young. But I'm saying, would you bring in... I'm trying to think of, a name.
I mean,
I would
spend
say
a
Justin
third-round pick
Fields,
on
but
someone.
that would... I wouldn't
if
do
you
that
spend
to
a
you,
third-round pick, is that too much value, draft capital to, bring someone in? I don't think there's a third-round pick worth pushing
if
Bryce
you spend
Young.
a third-round pick on, Cade Klubnik or something.
Yeah, but is Cade Klubnik pushing Bryce Young?
John Mateer. I think he might go higher.
I like Haynes King as a college quarterback. You're bringing in Haynes King. He's not a pro quarterback. He's not. But I also wouldn't mind bringing in Haynes King just to be well, look, if Bryce continues to suck, we can just play Haynes.
we can just make this kid our new Taysom Hill, basically.
Right, yeah, exactly. And honestly, that might be Haynes King's role is in professional football is just a Taysom Hill type player.
All right.
But
before we get too far down the Haynes King
I don't know where
hole.
I'm at with the Panthers, honestly. Is my final point, Mitchell. I don't know how Tommy feels about the Dolphins, but I am very much unsure about the Panthers, other than I think they're a 500-ish team. Which sucks, kind of. It doesn't suck, but it sucks.
I'll tell you, I at the very least, if there's one thing that I'm happy about with the Jets, is that my opinions are very clear. They stink, but they aren't convincing themselves that Dylan Gabriel is the future, which, I'm sorry, Cleveland, you need to stop. Should put Shador in. The Dylan Gabriel thing, it's not working, and that's coming from someone that watched Dylan Gabriel's by far best game as a pro. Not happening. Justin Fields sucks. Dude just can't read a defense, make decisions, and these are important things for NFL quarterbacks to do. But the Jets also know that. They're like, look, Fields is awful. Garrett Wilson, I kind of just want them to shut Garrett Wilson down for the rest of the season. He's going to miss 3 to 4 weeks with an injury. And I would just like for them to shut him down, put Tyrod Taylor in, and get a good look at some of these young receivers that you just added via trades. Get a look at Mason Taylor with a quarterback that can just make a decision. Get a look at Adonai Mitchell. Get a look at John Mechie, and just evaluate the young talent that you have and see who's going to be a piece of your franchise moving forward. Because next year in the draft, the Jets are going to take a young quarterback. I don't buy that they're going to wait until 2027. I think they're going to take one of the guys in 2026. And then in 2027, just best player available that shit 3 times in a row. I would like for them to
Hopefully
bring
it's Jeremiah Smith.
that would be great.
Yeah.
I think that Breece Hall needs to be a part of the Jets moving forward.
Okay,
I
that's
think
interesting because if someone would have given up, ponied up a third, like they would have been gone.
yeah, the Chiefs really should have, because that would have been a game changer
Yeah.
for the Chiefs offense. Breece
I
Hall
can't
won this game
believe
by himself.
I almost don't believe the report because there's no way. Like if it's between a fourth and a third, and I'm the Chiefs, I'm moving the third. Like I'm getting Breece Hall.
Yeah, I think that could be detrimental to the Kansas City Chiefs in the same way that it might have been detrimental for the Bills to not pull a trigger on. And Tommy, I don't know if you heard this. This might be like the Jalen Waddle.
Tommy's locked in.
Yeah, Jalen Waddle for 2026 first. The Bills wanted it to be a 2027 first, which is insane because what if Josh Allen rips his Achilles in week 1 of the season? And also, the 2027 draft is considered to be much better.
Yeah, I've heard in draft circles the 2027 draft is like actually loaded. So
yeah,
I'm interested.
I'm glad we have 3 firsts in that one. Yeah. Sure am happy about that. But the offensive line...
you really never know until the draft comes, but yeah.
Very true. Very true. Because I remember that everyone was saying, don't take a quarterback in 2017. 2018 is the draft that you wanted. And yeah, 2018 gave us Josh Allen, Lamar, and Baker Mayfield. But the Chiefs didn't listen. They just took Patrick Mahomes, and I think it's worked out pretty well for them.
I think they did the right
I think they're happy with their choices. Jets offensive line, young studs, Armin Membu. This guy is on a trajectory to be one of the best tackles in football, and I couldn't be more happy for him. The defense, I think the secondary left a lot to be desired, but you also did just kind of gut the secondary on short notice with Sauce Gardner, being a big part of that team. But Will McDonald had 4 sacks. Will McDonald had 4 sacks, and Jermaine Johnson had a sack. These are guys that you build your team around. This is the type of edge pressure that the Jets have wanted, and they haven't really been able to get, not even so much because the edge rushers can't make things happen, but because they've been playing from behind so much. Teams haven't really had to throw on the Jets because they've been up in games. You can just run and milk the clock, basically. So it was nice to see Will McDonald get after the quarterback like that. 4 sacks, 5 QB hits. You absolutely love to see it. They play the Patriots this week, and obviously we'll get to that, but that's not going to go quite as well, especially when Garrett Wilson's not playing. It is interesting to me, though, that the Jets have won 2 games this year, and they've both been the games that Garrett Wilson either missed completely or basically missed because Garrett Wilson was on the sideline for the majority of this game. I don't know if that means anything other than just the team has been more committed to running the football, but it is what it is. Speaking of the Patriots, they had a big win in Tampa against the Buccaneers, 28-23. This was, as much as everyone wants to talk about Drake May and is he the MVP frontrunner, and I honestly don't think he is right now. I'll get to that. I think someone has surpassed him. But I think someone has surpassed him. This game was important because finally you gave the damn ball to Travion Henderson.
Yeah. I don't... What? Why did it take this long? Like, I don't...
It's a good question.
Can he not pass block? Like, I don't know why he's not on the field. Like... He's got to.
He might fumble once he's in the end zone, Brandon.
He's got to touch the ball. Yeah, well, I mean, what are we doing? Also, I'm fine with him scoring, by the way, and not going down there. I think once you go up 12, you shouldn't lose that game, personally. So.
Yeah.
I mean, Travion Henderson just proved himself to be a worthy rushing
He's
kind of
proven
player.
some very scolding hot takes correct, like he's
And
an extreme version of Jameer Gibbs.
it gives teams like the Bills in the division something to worry about because the Bills
Yeah.
have proven completely worthless when it comes to stopping the run game. We've seen it with
He's
That's why they did well against the Chiefs, because the Chiefs can't run the damn ball.
yeah, that's correct. Very correct statement.
But this was a phenomenal game for Travion Henderson. So I
If
think
I'm
another big player to throw up against teams like the Bills and that just can't stop the
if
run.
I'm Buffalo, I'm very much worried that Trevion is explosive.
Yeah.
I think that's Trevion's like superpower is kind of a strong thing to say, but it's what
Home
he
run
does
hitter.
very well. He can break a 40-yard run at any point in the game. I think that's what's made Saquon like really, really good for most of his career is that he can do stuff like that. And I'm not saying Trevion Saquon. I'm not saying he's Jameer Gibbs. I'm purely saying he gives them a dynamic, a dimension to their run game that is lost if you have a Ramondre Stevenson carrying the football. And I think it adds a layer where it's like, oh crap, we actually have to kind of pay attention to the run game. And like if Ramondre runs, for 5 or 6 yards on an explosive player, 10 or 12, you're not getting gashed the way you do against Trevion. Like Trevion can gash teams, and that's what he did to the Bucks. He gashed them 2 or 3 times, and then all of a sudden, the Patriots are in a way better spot. And look, Drake made a poor decision at the end of the game, or towards the latter end of the
Yeah,
game.
that red zone pick
But
was
yeah,
rough.
the red zone pick was rough. But he also played extremely well and made some throws where it was like, holy shit, like that's an MVP level throw. I don't know if he's quite there yet. I still want to see a little bit more. But I mean, he's damn talented. He is. They've got something cooking in New England. I know Patriots fans are happy, and I know Mitchell's not excited to hear about that, and probably Tommy isn't either as a Bills fan.
Nobody is excited to see the rise of the Patriots again because
Yeah,
we were able to get rid of them. We switched to the Chiefs. We hate the Chiefs, and now it's like, oh, now the Patriots are making their comeback, and nobody wants that either.
I still don't understand why Mike Vrabel wasn't hired first. I will never understand that.
We had a different job, Brandon.
Well, I mean, I would have hired him away from the job that he had instead of going to Mayo.
Well, I guess he was
correct?
fired.
Yeah, he was fired.
Yeah, no, he was available.
Yeah,
no,
he was
I guess
available.
you're right.
I'm saying they hired Mayo instead, which whatever.
Well, they made it right eventually.
Yeah, they made it right.
Do you think
eventually.
the Patriots should be the favorite to win that division?
Yes. With Travion running, yes.
Yeah.
Travion is good.
Yeah, I think they have the Patriots also have by far the easiest schedule remaining in the NFL.
Yeah.
So they might not just be looking at the 1 seed or the AFC East, they may be looking at the 1 seed too, which
their
is just
schedule
awful.
is absurdly easy for the most part. It is so easy.
Yeah.
The schedule.
Brandon, what
makers
stood
did
out
them
to
well.
you?
What stood out?
Week 10. Yeah.
How bad the Monday night game was? No, I'm just kidding.
All of the primetime games sucked this week.
I'm actually a little worried about the Colts. A little.
Worried about the Colts. Jonathan Taylor just ran for 244 yards.
Explain yourself.
I'm just. When is it going to happen?
What?
When
is what gonna happen?
When is
They
the
won,
pumpkin
so-
gonna come to the ball? I guess
When is the pumpkin going to come to the ball?
We got to work on your analogies, Brandon.
No,
Pumpkin doesn't go to the ball. The princess goes to the ball in a pumpkin.
in a pumpkin. I
Yeah.
know. Yes.
That's turned
I'm
into
saying-
a carrot.
Well,
Will
they
Daniel
play the
Jones?
Chiefs next week.
Will Daniel Jones turn into a pumpkin? I don't think so. I'm more just concerned that if you're leaning
It
on
seems like you think so, considering you brought it up.
if you lean on the run game that much, and then Daniel Jones has to win you a game, I'm excited. Maybe not worried. I'm nervously excited about Daniel Jones trying to win them a game.
nervously excited.
Also, Darnold is actually good, but again, show me in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think people are overrating the Seahawks just a little bit. Like
That
they're
would have
clearly a
been my
playoff team,
1B takeaway is I
but
think
like
the
I'm
Seahawks are
seeing
good,
people, I'm seeing people saying that they're like Super Bowl favorites now. Like, calm the fuck down. I don't even think they're winning their division because I think Matt Stafford is the current MVP frontrunner. I don't think anyone's playing better than Matt Stafford right
Can
now.
I have a third takeaway too? The Giants.
No.
You can have as many
Worst-
damn takeaways as you want.
Giants
Like,
worst closing team in sports.
no, the Titans exist. Or I mean the Cardinals exist.
No.
Sorry.
The Giants are very, very
The
bad.
Cardinals fumbled,
Hey,
literally fumbled, kicked,
let him
and dropped the ball against the Cardinals or the Titans or whoever the hell
that was
they
a
played.
bad giveaway.
Let
That
him
was
explain.
but the
Frank,
Denver game,
That's the worst
Denver
loss
game,
I've seen in recent
the
sports.
Denver game with New York. What they also
that
have the
was
Denver
bad.
game. They have two now. They have the Denver game and the Bears game. And
I mean,
Dable
Caleb,
getting fired, I totally understand. But
I think Caleb's starting to look good.
have
I
you
wish
heard-
the Bears
have you
would
seen
start
the Lane
getting their
Kiffin
younger
rumors?
pass catchers involved, but yeah.
Did you see the Lane Kiffin
What
rumors?
Lane Kiffin rumors?
He's going to the Giants.
What Lane? No, he's not leaving.
I don't
college
think he
football.
is either. But
No, that's not happening. No.
you got to take away Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy.
The just absolute downfall to both the Bills and the Steelers offense this week.
No, the Steelers were so bad.
Those were two teams that I thought those are two teams that I was excited to watch play. They always have a decent offense, and just watching them come to a screaming halt. Both Allen was just getting crushed left and right. Rodgers just looked like he wanted to give up and cry. There was no steam in those engines, I guess. Like it was bad. And those teams had to rely on their defense just to hold them up for the entire game. And I'm a little worried about the rest of their seasons, but like Bills especially because they still have a good, tough upcoming games. But yeah, it was ugly. And even the Eagles Monday Night Football was just miserable to watch. It seemed like they had nothing going for them.
Well, as far as the Steelers are concerned, last week was the week where I was like, because I've been the Steelers hater for a bit.
Yeah,
Like, I'm like, oh, the Ravens are going to come back. They're going to win the division. And then last week, when I saw how their defense, not their offense, how their defense played against the Colts, I'm like, oh, okay. So they figured it out. They're able to get pressure and stop this dominant Colts run game. So their defense is back. And then on Sunday Night Football, not a single element of this team looked back. The Steelers were pure fraud city. And I'm sorry for ever doubting that the Ravens were going to win this division. I am back. And I'm not even that impressed with Baltimore right now, to be honest. But the way that Pittsburgh played, I am all the way back out. Aaron Rodgers he looked like he did with the Jets, where when things aren't going well, he just bitches and moans and yells at the other players, and he looks old and like he doesn't want to be there. And that's the Aaron Rodgers I saw last year. So when Aaron Rodgers was playing some decent games, and people were like, man, the Jets are fucking stupid. They should have brought him back. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Aaron Rodgers looked like an old man that had no idea what he was doing. He looked like he was about to be in fucking bingo night against the Chargers.
Wow.
It was a rough game for him. It was a rough game for the team. Props to the Chargers, by the way, who I thought looked really, really good. And, I was not hating on the Chargers, but more just like, man, these injuries are going to be really tough to overcome with the offensive line. They were able to run the ball. They were able to move the ball down the field in a way that the Colts weren't able to do last week. So good for the Chargers. And then, like you said, Monday night, Philadelphia.
That was such a bad game.
I didn't really have many takeaways from Philadelphia in that game.
Well,
that was more just like
Saquon not getting it going again, but
well, yeah, that's what he's washed up. So it is what it
okay,
is.
wow, that might be the most inflammatory thing you've said on this podcast.
No, I think what might be washed up actually is Josh Jacobs has done nothing for this football team. It seems like in the last few weeks. Like, they have not really been able to run the ball the way that they did last year.
Yeah.
And so they are throwing the ball 36 times with Jordan Love. And Tucker Kraft was their most, I don't want to say flashy, but their best pass catcher, the one that gave them the most identity. Now you look at their receiving core that Kraft's out, and Jaden Reed, I mean, who knows when he's going to be back? They have a bunch of just guys out there. None of them seem to fill any particular
A
role.
lot of Bo
They're
Melton
just-
targets.
I mean,
a lot of
only
Bo Melton
5,
targets.
but that's the second most on the or third most on the team. Their leading target getter was Dontavian Wicks.
Yeah.
I hate to break it to you, Dontavian, you probably shouldn't be the leading target getter for a team that has Super Bowl aspirations. But that was the case. And Jordan Love, man, I've been a Jordan Love defender. I think he's been getting a lot of unnecessary shit. I think that the play calling has done him absolutely no favors whatsoever. I think there's a reason why people have been calling for Matt LaFleur's job, and he would get another job immediately, but he's kind of handicapped this team a little bit because I think that he really wants to run the football, and they haven't been able to do so. They're not going to win with Jordan Love throwing the ball 36 times a game. That's not the way that this team is built to win.
There's no
They don't have the weapons for
physicality.
that.
There's no physicality on the offensive side of the football for this team. Right? Like, there's no punch to it when they're running the football. There's no bite. Like, there's nothing there right now. And I think that's an issue. Like, that's just, and it's been an issue for like the last 4 weeks, if we're being honest. Like, I'm not really sure what Green Bay can do to get it back on track other than all of a sudden magically start running the ball better. Because I do think Jordan Love needs help. Jordan Love can't drop back 55 times a game and throw the ball. Like
They've lost these games because of the offense. Let me tell you, their losses this year. They lost 13-10 to the Browns. You should not lose when you give up 13 points to the Browns. They lost 16-13 to the Panthers. You should be able to score more than 13 on the Panthers. And they lost 10-7 to the Eagles. If your defense stands on its head and allows just 10 points to the defending champions, you should win that football game. And they didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad. I'm not in on the Packers right now. I'm just not. I'm out.
Are you ready to have a conversation, Tom or Brandon? Well, Tommy too, if you want to.
Caleb Williams?
No.
Sorry.
We need to have an honest conversation about Trevor Lawrence right now.
Oh no, I don't want to have that convo. You can have it by yourself.
We need to have a conversation about Trevor Lawrence because this
Do
guy
we?
has been. We do. And maybe Jacksonville as a whole.
Who?
They gave up 26 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. They were up 29-10 going into the fourth quarter in a game that really their defense was winning for them. Their offense hadn't really been doing too much. They had a special teams touchdown. They had a defensive touchdown, and their offense was kind of just treading waters a little generous, but they weren't making things worse. And Trevor Lawrence
I want to gauge
just
where
couldn't
you're
put
at.
the game away.
I want to gauge where you're at with Trevor. I think it's good to bring up Caleb. Trevor Lawrence or Caleb Williams long term?
Right now?
Yeah.
Right now? Caleb.
Like right now.
Easy.
Caleb. Okay.
Caleb.
Would you have said that
Caleb.
coming into the season?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. I think that's the ultimate point.
I think Caleb has shown
Trevor's
tremendous
regressed so
growth
much.
this year.
I don't like it at all. Like, just complete regression. I don't know what happened, but complete regression.
Well, I think some of it has to do
Etienne
with
got the ball. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't really know what
he
to
did,
say, Mitchell.
but
like,
this Jaguars team, there's a team every year that once
should
the
be better
playoff
and they're
picture.
not.
Well, it's once we get to the time of the year where the playoff picture appears on in every game broadcast. There's a team that in early November is on all of those, And then in early January, when we look back at those and we go, what the hell? Why were they ever a part of they were never going to be a playoff team like the Jaguars in the AFC or the Panthers in the NFC. Like it just some people think maybe the Bears are going to be in that because the Bears' second half of their schedule is a lot. You talk about Caleb Williams. We're going to learn a lot about just how far Caleb Williams has come as a quarterback or not in the next few weeks because they're 6-3, but their wins.
Apparently, you can just run away from dudes, which is just hilarious to me.
Let me tell you their wins this season.
Yeah.
Cowboys, Raiders, Commanders, Bengals, Giants. Oh, sorry, I missed the Saints.
They also
not
have
a lot of very good teams.
Wins. Like they were drawing dead in all of those games.
Yeah, but they've beaten a lot of bad teams. Let's look at the rest of their schedule. They have the Vikings this week on the road, then Steelers at Philly, at Green Bay, Cleveland, Green Bay, at San Francisco, Detroit.
Yeah,
so they're going to have a lot of NFC North big-time playoff aspiration type of games, and that's really where we're going to learn just how far Caleb Williams has or has not come as an NFL quarterback. They're 6-3. Their point differential margin this season is -8 because when they've lost, they've gotten
blown out. Yeah,
they lost by 31 to the Lions. They lost by 14 to the Ravens. They've taken some big losses. Now let's see how they can do against quality competition.
I'm unsure if the Jaguars are a write-off team, like a cross them off, but are they a cross-off team for you, Tom? Is it getting close? The Giants feel like a cross-off team, by the way. I know we.
They're a fire coach
Giants
team.
Are a cross-off team.
I don't want to say they're a cross-off team. How they played this week, yes, they're a cross-off team.
Cross-off, yeah.
But when I'm looking at the whole conference as a whole, you got the Patriots and Bills that are definitely going to make it. Ravens and Steelers kind of have the North.
The Chiefs probably make it.
The Colts have the South by a big margin. I think the Jaguars will struggle to keep up.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's going to come down to the Broncos, Chargers, and Chiefs.
Yeah, I almost think.
I think it might be
I think all the three AFC West teams make it. Like I'm almost.
I think it's going to be
tempted to stay where I was at with.
Chiefs will continue to come back a little bit. They'll probably bump the Chargers down a notch.
Mm-hmm.
It'll end up being Broncos, Chargers, or Broncos, Chiefs, and then Chargers and Jaguars battling out for that final seed.
Yeah, if you ask me today, Chargers or Jaguars, Chargers all day long, and I don't even care who their running back is.
Because
straight up, do not care. Or their offensive lineman, Mitchell. Yeah, that's a good point.
If Lamar Jackson didn't come back healthy, I would have said the Ravens would have dropped off and the Jaguars would have been.
Sure, but Lamar's back.
Jackson is back,
and that was the whole thing with the Ravens is people were like, "This is the season from hell." Like they're treading water. Like that was the whole thing. Is like, can you tread water enough for Lamar to get back? Like, can the Bengals?
Can you wait
tread
for the
water
Steelers' inevitable fuck
for
up
Burrow to get back? I mean, we haven't even factored the Bengals in, but like, can they tread water enough where if you get Burrow back on Thanksgiving, like, can you put together 4 wins?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. We'll see.
You guys ready for week 11?
Yeah.
You ready to pick some games? Let's do it.
I was pretty good last week. Keeping the Texans pick was smart by me.
Yeah, I did not have a good week last week. In fact, I had a bad week last week.
It's okay.
Yeah, I think I fell down. Yeah, Brandon has opened up a commanding 8-game lead over Connor and I, and Tommy 1 game back of Connor and I in last place. But things can change. Week 11, the New York Jets at the New England Patriots. The Jets are 12.5-point underdogs.
I think I'm taking the Patriots in here too.
I'm taking the Patriots to win, but I will take the Jets to cover that number.
I won't do it because it feels disrespectful to do it to a Jets fan, just like ride in the Patriots. But I think Connor's going to pick the Patriots. I am also going Patriots. This might be Drake May's, like, this might be my best game of the year type type
any
shit.
logical person will pick the Patriots because it's at home. They've been dominating the division.
This
The
is
Jets,
a
the
this
Jets
is a
just can't play a couple of their better players. So they're I just don't see them holding up against the Patriots.
I mean, it's an in division rivalry game, so anything can happen. But this is a put your foot on the throat moment for the Patriots, I think.
So I will.
Thursday night football, or rather, Sunday morning football in Madrid. We fucking hate you. In as many
They didn't
words,
know that
we're
because you're
sending
sending them this
we're
game.
sending
This game was
we're
actually
sending the
good before the
Washington
season.
Commanders and the Miami Dolphins to Madrid in an act of war.
This game was good
the-
before the season,
what?
Mitchell. What are you
No.
talking about?
With the
This is nuts.
Dolphins,
Miami,
stop.
well, Miami at least makes sense because
Miami in Madrid?
Miami
Come on,
is,
that's fire.
Spanish, former
Yeah,
Spanish
well,
colony, essentially.
the Dolphins are 2.5-point favorites, and I'm picking the Commanders.
Interesting.
I feel like the Dolphins are a roller coaster, and they're not winning 2 in a row.
Oh,
Give me
they're
Washington.
a roller coaster, and I think
Yeah,
this will be.
I refuse to pick a Jaden Daniels Commanders team.
I will continue
Dolphins.
to support the Dolphins, with the caveat that Tua actually throws well. So it's one of those weird things. I think if Tua is on point like he was last week or this weekend, I'm giving it fully to the Dolphins because
I mean, the
Well, you
Dolphins might blow him out if Tua plays the way they played last week.
yeah, well that's what I'm saying. When Tua's on point, they do well, but it's just a matter of making sure he's actually on point.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to put my cards in the Dolphins basket this week
Your
because
cards in the basket,
No.
not the
It's a
eggs.
bad basket.
Not the eggs, the cards.
I didn't
It's a
give it
bad
to them
basket.
last week because I assumed the Bills would destroy them, and I was sadly disappointed. But let's go.
All right, Packers at Giants. Packers 7.5-point favorites. Packers win. I do think the back door is wide open for the Giants because the Packers don't really blow teams out. So I do think the Giants cover, but Packers win.
I do agree. That's going to be a tight game. I can see this being another boring, low-scoring game. Assuming Dart is back from the concussion, I don't know how bad the concussion was, but I know he was out with a concussion, so I don't know if he's coming back. But
I don't know what the deal is
I don't
with
know
that.
what the status of it is.
Brandon?
Packers. Giants are cross-off team.
All right.
Even though I
speaking
don't
of-
like anything the Packers have done in the
Yeah.
last 4 weeks, but
Speaking of cross-off teams, the Tennessee Titans hosting the Houston Texans. Texans are 6.5-point favorites. I am tempted to do something very stupid here.
Don't.
If Davis Mills plays. If Davis Mills plays, I may pick the Titans.
Why?
we didn't say that last week when the Jaguars were rolling it down.
Well, I picked the Jaguars regardless.
Right. So why would you all of a sudden just pick the Titans because Davis Mills plays? He played last week and
They're coming off an emotional high, and I don't think that a team led by Davis Mills is capable of sustaining that kind of thing. So I will say that if Stroud plays, give me the Texans. If Davis Mills plays, I'm going to do something really stupid and take the worst team in football and take the Titans.
I think I'm
But I
taking
think
Texans
Stroud's
either way.
playing.
But yeah, I'm going to take Texans either way. And I don't think I'm going to caveat it. I don't.
I can never put my faith in the Titans.
Yeah, I refuse to think about the Titans as a team worth money lining. I guess we could cover the spread, maybe. Is kind of how I feel.
Yeah, I
about
think they
it.
covered, but Panthers at the Falcons. Falcons
I hate
3.5-point
game is gonna be
favorites
the
in this
worst.
one.
Yeah.
This is a
The
game
worst.
where I'm taking Atlanta, but if I was betting it, I would just say give me whatever side's getting the points. So I would take the Panthers to cover.
I would say stay away if I was betting this.
These are
Actually.
two teams that just don't know if they're good or bad this season. They just seem to have
Well,
random sets.
I think we very much know the Panthers are at best 500, probably a bad team. As Mitchell would say, a 5-4 fraudulent team. The Falcons
Now 5-5 frauds.
The Falcons, yeah, now 5-5 frauds. The Falcons are just I can't pick the Falcons to win a game, I guess is my point. Like, especially after they got blown out, I know they're going to be pissed. I think the Panthers are going to be pissed. Like, we just gave that game away last week. What are we doing here? So this is going to be a matchup of two pissed off teams and probably bad football, if we're being honest. So give me the Panthers. I don't like it though. I do not like it. I wouldn't bet this. If you're betting your hard-earned money, do not bet this game.
Yeah, I'm going Panthers too on this one. I don't. It's a coin toss for me. I can go either way, but I'm going Panthers.
Also in Atlanta, Jesus.
Yeah, and last time they played, the Panthers beat them like 30-0. So I think there might be some revenge.
It was a
factors there.
beatdown. It was belt
Yeah,
to ass,
not great.
Mitchell. It was belt
was.
to ass.
Bears at Vikings. The Vikings are 3.5-point favorites in this game, which
That's
I'm a little
crazy.
surprised by. What's even more surprising is I would actually take the Vikings to win and cover that number because I think that some of the fire that Chicago's been playing with as far as late in games, that's not really going to fly when you're playing against Brian Flores. I'm going to go with Minnesota to win, and I'm going to go with Minnesota to cover, and I think that Chicago kind of comes back down to earth a little bit.
As someone who got hoodwinked into trading for Jordan Mason in a fantasy league, that man.
Well, Aaron Jones is doing well.
That man has gone MIA since Aaron Jones has come back, which don't love that. Aaron Jones has been okay. I'm actually going Bears. I'm probably going to be at an island again, but I'm going Bears. Something about what Caleb did the last 2 weeks, I'm into it. I still don't know if he's like making the best decisions and he's running out of the pocket. But man, Mitchell, there was like 2 or 3 escape artist plays. If you had to ask me, I think both of these teams are pretty well matched up, and I'm taking Caleb over JJ McCarthy any day of the week.
I think this
Tommy?
is just a home field advantage game. It's going to be a close one. I think Vikings will probably have it by a field goal.
Vikings by a field goal.
Sick.
I will
Yeah, but
say,
they will lose.
if Caleb wins this game, Mitchell, I'm like buying Caleb Williams cards. Like I am in. Like I'm finding Caleb Williams downtown.
You're
I'm
buying
buying
cards
cards.
regardless.
No, I am, but
Cards.
I'm finding
Yeah.
Caleb Williams downtowns if he wins this game.
Chargers at Jaguars. I mean, you already heard what I had to say about the Jaguars, so I'm going to take the Chargers are 2.5-point favorites. Give me the Chargers. And Travis Hunter's out for the season now.
Yeah, that was brutal. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that, Tommy, but that was brutal.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it was LCL toe, I believe. Yeah, so yeah, pretty bad.
Mhm.
Give me the Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers. That defense looked really good last week.
Now, speaking
All right.
of
And Derwin James still one of the best safeties in football,
defense,
Mitchell.
Oh, he's great.
Still one of the best safeties in football.
We've got a run of some good games here. We got another great 1:00 game in addition to Bears Vikings and
This is great.
and Chargers Jaguars. We've got Tampa at Buffalo. Buffalo a 5.5-point favorite in this game. I like Tampa to cover that number, but I will take the Bills to win outright. I think they get right with this game.
yeah.
Tampa just, whether it's the injuries or whether it's Baker coming back down to earth a little bit, Tampa just doesn't really seem to have the same sauce.
I mean, who is
that they
he
had.
throwing to? Legitimately, I have to
Egbuka,
look it up.
it's been Egbuka and Tez Johnson.
Yeah. I just
I'm a
don't think
little
he has
nervous
the
about this game because we have a battered down Buccaneers offense going up against a battered down Bills defense, and I
Can
think
you just say battered down one more time for me, please?
batter me down like pancakes.
batter me down,
Battered
baby.
down.
It's just it's felt like the right phrase to say,
It did, Phil.
and but also I think Kincaid is out for the Bills as well, so that's another big loss for them.
You've been complaining about Josh Allen running the football. This feels like a Josh Allen 2 rushing touchdowns type game.
I honestly think it's going to be. It's going to be him and Cook, but they also need to redeem themselves. One from just crushing defeat from the Dolphins, but
Crushing
both
defeat.
both Cook and Allen had a fumble last game, and they're going to want to come back and really come back strong
The
this game.
Allen fumble, we didn't talk about this. The Allen fumble was stupid. That was
Yes.
like a 25-yard QB sneak, and then he fumbled the ball.
Yeah,
I was like,
it
you
was
gotta be kidding me.
embarrassing.
The
I
QB
know
sneaked,
with him,
and
he's
then
gonna
unbelievable.
really
Sorry.
shove it down the Bucks' throats. Plus, we have home field advantage in the fact that you have a Florida team coming up to the cold north. It has been snowing here for the past 3 days and been 20 degrees out.
Baker lives in that shit.
It's going to be rough for the Florida team coming up here.
I think this is going to be a high scoring game in the cold, which is ironic, I think, but or like not expected. I wouldn't say ironic, probably just not expected. This is gonna be high scoring to me. I'm gonna go Bills, but in a close one. Give me the Bucks to cover.
I'm going Bills on this one as well. I think this might be a Allen Cook combo this game, and they're just going to run the ball.
Gonna have to be.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be.
All right, last 1:00 game.
This is insane.
Bengals, Steelers.
You
Steelers
talk
5.5
shit
point
about Aaron
favorites.
Rodgers, and this is what.
And yet, I think they win and cover here because I think the Bengals are in turmoil. They're 5.5 point favorites. Give me Pittsburgh.
No, I think at any point Jamar Chase can get like a 60-yard touchdown, and T Higgins is still him. So, yeah, I don't know why I feel this way. I actually think Aaron plays decently well this week. I think he bounces back, Rodgers. But I'm gonna go Bengals in like a very weird game, is what I would say. I can't believe that line 8.5. Is that what you said?
So you're going
5.5.
5.5. Still, that seems
Yeah.
way too high for the Steelers just getting. I don't even know boat raced is the right term. Stymied on Sunday Night Football would be the best case. Yeah.
This is going to be another game that the Steelers defense is going to really have to hold their own again because the defense has been looking good. Last week was a little questionable, but they've been doing really good this season. So I think this is another game where they really got to put it all on the line. But give me the Steelers.
All right, now we get into a really solid 4:00 slate, starting with what I think is the game of the week.
Ooh.
The Seahawks and Rams. In the battle for the NFC West, both these teams are 7-2. Rams are 3.5 point favorites. I think the Rams win this game, but this is one where I'll take the points with Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is going to be a really close, like, game of the year type of game. These are two teams that look incredible so far, and both Darnold and JSN have been in some MVP talks. Matt Stafford has been, near the top. He's at the top of my list personally, and I think that Stafford finds a way to win this game for the Rams.
I think Stafford. I'm going Stafford in a give me the ball last type situation. I do think JSN's going to ball out. I don't want to put a number on it. I'll say 6+ catches, very possible for JSN this week. And I'm talking like 20-yard catches. Like this man might be open most of the game. So we'll find out. Yeah, I'm with Mitchell. This might be a game of the week. Or not game of the week, might be game of the year scenario here.
I definitely won't go that far, but I think this is definitely a game of the week. This one's a coin toss for me. I'm going Seahawks.
Apparently Ken Walker doesn't exist anymore.
Nope.
It's tough.
Yeah,
He does not.
It's a coin toss for me.
49ers at Cardinals. This is one. The Niners are 2.5 point favorites, and they just keep getting beat up beyond belief. I'm going to go with Arizona.
McCaffrey, right?
They do, but I'm going to go with Arizona to win this football game. I think that they ran into a bit of a buzzsaw with Seattle last week, but Jacoby Brissett's been doing a good job of getting that ball to Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison Jr. I'll go with the Cardinals.
I do think the Cardinals have played better. I am just solely on the side of I don't want to bet against Mike Shanahan, so I'm going with the 49ers. I don't know what it is, but maybe CMC didn't have that great of a game last week, so I feel like this might be okay, Christian, here's the ball. Go score is the type of game we're going to see. Also, he might get open a bunch of angle routes, Tommy. Like I'm saying, like he's gonna get like 7 targets out of the backfield.
I'm just shocked to hear you say anything other than the Cardinals. This is a changed Brandon Tew this season.
I don't even know why I said Mike Shanahan too, because it's Kyle Shanahan, so that's totally on me, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Mitchell. It's Kyle Shanahan. Why the fuck did I say Mike? Yeah, I'm an idiot. Kyle Shanahan is a beast, though. So yeah.
But I agree with your choice. I'm going 49ers as well.
Ravens at Browns. Ravens minus 8.5. I think the Ravens are about to bust a nut all over the Cleveland Browns.
My God.
I don't know. I think this is going to be bad.
I think they want to win. I think they still want to win the division. So I like the Ravens in this, but that's a
give me Ravens minus 18.5. Honestly,
vivid
like,
imagery.
I think this is good. This could be like a 43-7 type football game.
I feel so stupid saying plus 18 Eagles the other day, but like legitimately, if the Eagles had any offense last week, they would have won by 21.
But they didn't. So we're all on Baltimore.
Oh yeah, Baltimore by a million.
This is gonna be
We've listed about 3 different games that could be any other like game of the week type game.
This is a good
Seahawks,
game,
Rams,
good game.
Chiefs, Broncos is another one that is major implications in the AFC West. Chiefs are 3.5 point favorites.
Is my game of the week. This is the one I'm very interested to see the outcome of.
All right, I've got the Chiefs winning and covering.
I'm going Broncos. I
knew you were going to do that. You were the biggest Chiefs hater on the planet.
Yes. I have to be.
You would pick the Jets to beat the Chiefs if they played.
Look, the city of Buffalo has raised me in the past year and a half to be a Chiefs hater. So
that's not even that long.
Yes, but I have to commit to the bit now. But I think I think this is going to be the game that really will decide the outcome for this division, because if the Broncos can hold their ground against the Chiefs, that'll give them a much better chance of getting that division.
Well, if the Broncos win this game, they're going to have a 4-game lead on a 3.5 game lead on the Chiefs.
I know.
That's not going to be overcome.
This feels like a win or see it in the wild card as the third wild card team.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think this game has such a high, and
that's why I'm so confident the Chiefs will win.
I need to fire off this take. It's bow time is great any time of the day, but if I have to wait till the fourth quarter for bow time, give me the Chiefs every single.
You got to be patient. You got to be patient, man. You got to be patient.
I want my chicken supremes in the second quarter, not the fourth, Mitchell.
Hey, as long as I get them, that's all. That's all I need.
Chiefs.
I think this is a very close game. It's going to come down to the wire, but I think this will be the game that really decides whether or not the Chiefs have it to make it to playoffs this year.
This is like it's
Tommy. Have you had Bojangles? Have you celebrated bow time?
No, I actually haven't had Bojangles, and
okay.
Oh my God, we need to get him Bojangles.
We will take you at the bachelor party.
We need to get him a Cajun filet biscuit, chicken supremes, and a Bowberry biscuit, Mitchell.
I lived in Virginia where there was a Bojangles basically around the corner from my house for about.
But you never went.
Unbelievable.
2 years. I never went. I just.
This man lived 2 years.
I'm not even saying that Bojangles is like that good, but
nah, man, I am.
What do we do?
No, I will stand on a table for Bojangles.
Have you had Cookout?
I did have Cookout.
Okay.
Love Cookout.
Cookout's a little overrated.
Yeah, I mean it is
it's good,
but
it's a little overrated.
Now, all right, give me your 30-second pitch on Bojangles.
It's fucking good.
It's don't worry about the calorie intake and how much grease and fried blank.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we don't worry about that when you go to Bojangles.
Yeah.
You don't worry about it's about the grease and the fat.
They season their shit. There you go.
Tommy, they know how to cook. It's not just like we don't season our chicken. It's like when you come to the cookout, to the picnic, this person knew how to fucking season some food. Like that's Bojangles.
you will be taken care of, Tommy. In a few months, I'm getting you Bojangles.
If the color don't
yeah.
change, you didn't do it right. Is what
The color
Bojangles
don't
think.
change.
That's like a real thing. Like if the color doesn't change when you season your food, you're not seasoning it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about like poop color. Like,
No.
What the hell is this
Like
man
if you're
talking about?
seasoning with like Cajun
Well, you
seasoning,
are calling it seasoned shit, so I don't know. You have me a little concerned.
if you don't
All right.
season enough with Cajun seasoning and it doesn't change color, you're not seasoning it enough.
That is true.
That's a PSA for every single person out there.
Some might say the Sunday night game is the game of the week because you have the Lions and the Eagles, and this is a fantastic football game.
What an entree! What a dessert!
This is dessert. Eagles minus 2.5, and I think the Eagles need to. I think the Eagles need to remind folks who they are, which is strange considering they just beat the Packers.
The Eagles need to.
I'll take Philly.
One person on the Eagles needs to remind people who the fuck he is. This guy you said he was washed?
Jalen Hurts.
No, but Saquon.
AJ Brown.
Saquon needs to have like a 40-point fantasy game.
You've been
straight up.
Every damn
You just want that for yourself.
Pissed.
This has nothing to do with fucking Saquon and the Eagles. This is about Brandon Tew.
That dude should have won the MVP last year. Like, what do we?
I agree with that.
He's too good.
My vote was public.
He's too good.
All right.
Not to do what he's
So
about to do.
you're picking Philly?
Oh yeah. I'm saying
Tommy?
I'm saying 2 40-yard runs, Mitchell. 2.
Tommy?
All right.
When it happens, I'm gonna text you too. I'm gonna be like, "Oh, there goes."
Please do.
There goes the first one.
There goes number 1. Please do.
Look, we are 10 weeks into this season, and every week now,
I didn't. No. That's not true. That's not true.
They need to lean on him.
There was
They
like
need to lean
I also did not say lean on this time.
Next
I
week-
did not say that.
He's been depriving us of that, and I'm actually
next week.
pissed.
I'm taking
Next
it
week is
away.
a 200-yard run.
Yeah.
With the exception of
He
the
doesn't
Jags
deserve
game.
to lean on him until he like does something.
But we've been saying that for
Worthy of
10
that.
weeks.
Right,
I-
right. But this is like one of those things where it's like I don't know if it's a Saquon thing or if it's the play calling or if it's like both. But
It
he's
could
too
very well.
talented. Tommy is my point. He's too talented.
I fully agree with you. But
Also, AJ Brown has to be pissed. That
I
man
have
had
to-
to sit there all night long last week, and then Devontae Smith gets a jump ball post throw. You got to be kidding me! That man has to be pissed.
I am nervous about the Eagles. In terms of football, I would much rather the Eagles win. I like the Eagles over the Lions.
Interesting.
However-
You're a Philly guy. Is what you're saying?
I live near Philly. I mean, I grew up near Philly.
Northeast. Hey.
I was an hour from Philly my entire life growing up. But I don't think the Lions. I don't think the Eagles have enough to beat the Lions this week.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. It's just a gut feeling. They haven't been playing top par.
Jahmyr Gibbs might go off too with the way
I
the
don't know.
Eagles defense has been playing.
I would love to be wrong this week, and I would love the Eagles to just come in and destroy the Lions at home. But I think the Lions are taking it this
Ooh,
week.
can I give some like real analysis here, Mitchell?
No.
I think
ahead.
the way the Eagles cover, and how aggressive they are covering, I think that breaks up the rhythm of Goff this week. So I don't think Goff is going to be like as on time and as in rhythm with the ball this week. So I do think Goff has to play with a certain rhythm, a certain timing to his routes and dropbacks, and I just don't think he's going to get that this week.
Since we were on the analysis part,
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I hope you can help me out on this one. I have Dart and Goff as my 2 quarterbacks for my
This
fantasy.
is like a fantasy analysis.
Who-
This is like
who-
football
who do I-
analysis. Yeah, this
Who do I start this week? Because Dart has
between
been
Goff
getting-
and Dart.
Dart has been getting more points on my team.
I
than
wouldn't
Goff.
start Goff this
in
week
recent weeks.
personally,
So you
I
think
would
I should go
start
Dart
Goff.
again?
Dart. I don't think Dart's gonna play.
but I
dude.
don't think Dart's gonna play. So like,
Well,
Yeah.
I'd start
if
Goff.
If he is,
Oh.
right?
Goff.
I still
Goff.
I still wouldn't play Dart.
Goff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goff.
But
All
I
right,
don't.
let's
I wouldn't
end-
expect like a 17-point fantasy outcome. Like that's what I expect from Goff. If that makes sense.
Let's end with this
Nothing
great
crazy.
week with the bullshit they're giving us on Monday night. Dallas Cowboys at the
I
Las
love that they
Vegas
make these
Raiders.
games before ahead of time, and they're like, "Oh, this is gonna be a
Yeah.
good one."
This is going to be a great game.
Brady
No,
and the
this is never going
Raiders
to be a
versus the
good game.
Cowboys.
Cowboys are 3.5-point favorites. Give me the Cowboys to win, but give me the points with the Raiders.
The points, I'm taking Cowboys by 10. I know their defense is bad, but I don't care.
Nah, this seems like a backdoor cover
Ooh.
dream for.
A little. They were up 10 and then gave up a touchdown.
They were
late.
up
Backdoor cover.
14, and yeah, they went for 2 and didn't get it, and then I think this is like a 2-point Cowboy win.
Wow, interesting. Little backdoor cover.
Tommy?
I'm going Cowboys.
Always lock your back doors, people.
No chance the Raiders will win this one.
No chance.
Brandon?
Cowboys.
All right.
Also,
Well,
Tommy Chiefs. Yeah, you're good.
That wraps things up with our Week 11 picks, Week 10 recap. Next week, we've got some interesting games. Bills-Texans on Thursday night. That could be a good one. Steelers-Bears. That could be a good one as well. Vikings-Packers, depending on how things go with the Vikings.
I hope they lose this week
Colts-Chiefs.
so that it becomes like a Vikings must win. On the shoulders
Colts
of JJ.
Chiefs is going to be a great game regardless. And
Yeah.
if the Chiefs lose this week, it's going to be a very desperate Chiefs team.
Can I?
Buccaneers Rams is the next Sunday night football game. And then the Panthers get Monday night against the 49ers in a game
I don't
no
want to
one
watch that game.
asked for.
They did that game because of Christian McCaffrey, and they're like, oh, they're gonna be like, oh, look at Christian.
Oh,
McCaffrey,
so that means
blah,
that the
blah, blah.
McCaffrey injury comes this week then.
Yeah, probably.
They're going to somehow get that game without McCaffrey.
Which is so disgusting of you to say, but it's probably accurate.
Yeah.
Colts against Chiefs, that's the Daniel Jones, are you going to win it, Daniel, type game. I'm calling it right now. Is Daniel Jones going to put the team on his back and outduel Mahomes? If he outduels Mahomes, then I'm in on like the Colts winning a Super Bowl. Sorry, that's like a really early analysis of that week, but yeah. I'm still not buying Super Bowl for Colts, Mitchell. I want that on the record. I'm not buying Super Bowl.
All right. Talk to you next week. Goodbye. R.I.P. Nico Harrison.